Is this thing on?
Hello again everybody, welcome back to Infinity Evolved with Technojoke. As promised last episode, I have, let's pop back up here a second, we'll cover this in a sec. We're just about done with automating a bunch of different stuff. I have connected up our rock crusher here. We've got a regulated item translocator keeping 16 obsidian in here at all times. We're out of obsidian at the moment, so and it's gone and processed what we did have. We've got a bunch of crushed obsidian and obsidian dust in here, and a storage bus on the side, because we don't need this stuff cluttering up our system. What we do have is an ability here to keep this thing. This will stop stocking up things once it gets once it gets the 16 in here, and the 16 will stay in there if this thing is full. So it will fill up with another couple of stacks of stuff, and then the storage bus will be on it, and that will keep everything sweet there. I've done a little bit of rewiring down here because all this stuff was getting jammed up, and we've got a little bit more cabling going downstairs there for the 3 channels we're going to need for the assembly tables. So let's go down there and see what's going on. We've got 3 channels. What we've got is we've got 2 interfaces, one beneath each of these things, and then we've got another interface in the middle, but I'm about to change that around because it's doing something peculiar. It is, instead of actually importing things, but it's not going to be there anymore. No, it's gone away now. What I want to do is I want to take this off. Yeah, it wasn't. Oh, right. Okay, that tells me something. That's fine. What on earth was that? I'd lost that earlier on and didn't know what it was. There must have been a lag spike that had done something peculiar with it. Let's do that then. And we don't need to do that anymore. We don't need to do the rearranging of stuff, probably. Let's put this on here. So we've got our close to being standard. Close to being no, stop it. Layout of having things like that. That's cool. And we've got our encoded pattern in here for redstone chipsets. We don't have anything in this one yet, but we will do shortly. And we'll toddle over here. We do need to get some covers for over there as well. Just the wiring has just become a little bit dodgy, but not to worry. Chipset. So no chipsets in the system at the moment. Let's order 10. And start that. And if we go down here, we'll see everything kicking on. Now, I'm aware that these 2 lines of lasers aren't doing anything when it's doing it this way. I could have had it forward one and perhaps done something, but I prefer the layout like this, and to be honest, it's that bit's only making the redstone chipsets. And they really don't need an awful lot. As you can see, it rattles through them pretty quick, and I think that's it finished. So if we go up here, we should have in here 10 chipsets. Excellent. So these ones can go back into the system. Come on, there we go. Like that. We can do away with some of the stuff in our inventory, and we're good to go. I'll get some covers and sort that out in a little bit. Other things we've got, I don't think I mentioned that we've got witches down here now. We've got a tier 2 witch spawner down here, and it had been running. And we got 23,000 glowstone and gunpowder and sugar. Basically, we'd run out of redstone. Our redstone tree farm had been running. It's been running really nicely. It's unable to keep up with the amount of stuff that we want, and it's got 223 blocks of redstone in there, but it's just not been fast enough, I'm afraid. Yeah, So, witches. Witches are the way forward for that, and it gets us glowstone, gunpowder, sticks. Never need to make sticks again. Tell you that much. Come on. Machine. Yeah, my machine needs a restart, I think. Yeah, got a bunch of sticks, bunch of spider eyes. But talking of spiders, we've got a little bit of string in here. Yeah, we've got a little bit of string in here, but that's what I put in because we need spiders. And as you can see, I've got spiders over there, and I got myself a mob soul for spiders. So we've got ourselves a draconic core, we've got a spider spawner. I need to find myself a spawner to put it onto, but I have a plan for that as well. In here, we'll get my enhanced charm of dislocation out. And if we go to here, we can go to the twilight. Now, over here in the twilight, we will... we're over at the dark forest or something, aren't we? Let's have a look on our map. Yeah, we're there, because the golem spawner's over there. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a maze, really. And there's a maze over there. And there's a maze there. Let's just go kind of south a little bit. That kind of direction. And let's get ourselves to a maze. And once we get ourselves to a maze, there's spawners left, right and centre in those things. That's another one of those ones with not the Hydra, the Naga. But we're not really interested in that. Let's see. Get ourselves down here. It's taking ages to load in. My machine's really struggling. It really does need to restart. Oh, there we go. Just south. And shall we try and force a reload of the chunks? No, we're not quite there yet. There's the map. Oh, I'm stuck on a tree. Haha, that's why. There we go. Okay, there we go. We've got a maze beneath us. Let's see what we can do. There we go. Perfect, that's better. Right. So we want to go down here and quickly stabilize this. Hostile wolf, yes, I know he's hostile. Alright. And I want to pull that up. Come on. There we go. One stabilized mob spawner. Let's have a quick look in here whilst we're here. Nothing of interest in there. And nothing really of interest in there either. Let's just go home then. Now, what we will want is a little bit of conduit, the redstone insulated conduit, and a lever. And that'll do. Right, let's get rid of this stuff, get rid of that, and those, and that as well at the moment, and in fact that. I do want to get hold of a golden apple. Do I have any gold? Golden apple, that one. Probably not, no. We need to get some more swords from here. Really making use of the swords from there at the moment because we're just... everything's taking gold at the moment, it would appear. Just everything. And anything in here? No, we've used all the gold. Okay, we'll wait and get the golden apple in a minute. I think I've got a nether star though. I do. And we'll get this set up. So what we're wanting is, yeah, okay, we've actually got a bit for a lever there, and yeah, that's connected. What I would like is, what colours do we not have? We've got red, we've got green, we've got brown, blue, or white, because it's string that we're wanting, isn't it? There we go, let's do a white one. Let's keep it off at the moment by doing that. Enderman golems, so that's the 3, and if we go through here, now let's put the conduit on first, like that, and we'll be wanting that like that, yeah. And we want white, like that, and now, no, that's fine, like that, and then we'll put the spider soul in there. Good, excellent. Right, let's get out of here and let's see if this works. That works. Excellent. Now I want to just double check and make sure that they're not going to start climbing the walls. They are going to go down and fall down. Come on. Any moment now. Yeah, we'll need to upgrade this thing, and we definitely need that golden apple, because that's the one that allows it to spawn like that. There we go. So it doesn't require the player. There we go. That's them falling. Definitely need to upgrade the speed of that though. So we'll need another draconic core, and we need that gold for the golden apple. Keep that running at the moment. That should start getting us some string. So we've got 547 string just now. There we go. And we've got 549. Excellent. That's working. Let's see. We've now got one of these cores to stick onto it. There we go, that ups it, and that means that the spawn requirements are ignored now. So that should be spawning a good few more spiders anytime soon. Still not the fastest thing in the world, there we go, but it does spawn a lot more, there we go. And it should be falling through. Perfect. And we will be getting more string. And the spider eyes will be getting voided now because we've got so many of them. Excellent, we will get a bunch more string so we can make the smart cable and things. And anything else requiring wool, all that much quicker. I'm just programming up the last couple of these patterns here. As you can see, I am doing gears because I've just made myself a new gear system, a new gear automation system. The AE interface is being very slow to respond. It's being very peculiar at the moment. I had thought it was my machine, but I have since done a complete restart. It's actually been a couple of it's not a couple of hours. It's been a day since I recorded the last segment. So yeah, things being a little bit flaky on the server at the moment. I'm more than a little concerned. I've turned everything off that can really be turned off at the moment, and I think, yeah, it's just been a bit flaky. So here we have our automatic gear making machine. Let me just pop these in here just now. And there we have most of the gears. I missed out the iron gear because I don't think we'll need it. But we've got tin, copper, Invar. Again, Invar is not really used a huge amount, but there's a couple of things we might want. Electrum gear, Signalum gear. We'll definitely want those because those are for the machine frames that we can make. The machine upgrades, rather. The gold gear is used for a few things. Bronze gear, heavily used for making those sturdy casings that we might want to make. Lumium gear, heavily used. And the Inderium gear, of course, we need that for machine frames or resonant machine frames. So this thing is pretty cool. I've hooked it up over to this line here. Now we've added something else. We'll come to that in a second. So our patterns, they get pushed if you whack the side of these things with a wrench. They will enforce pushing into a particular side. It's maybe not actually required in this situation, but I thought it'd be best to just do that. So this hopper goes onto here. Again, it might not have actually been necessary to have the hopper, but it looks pretty cool and industrial. And this is the metal press from Immersive Engineering. It's quite cool to make. Have I got my book on me somewhere? Let's have a look at the bookie. This thing is pretty cool. Don't know if you can see, but it's just 3 iron scaffolds along the bottom, a heavy machine casing. Let's get this thing done, sorted. Heavy machine block at the top and a piston. And then you whack the piston with the engineer's hammer. Now the piston has got to be facing down, so it's actually a bit of a pain to get the piston pointing in the right direction, but yeah, it's not too difficult to make, and I'll just Immersive Engineering. So yeah, you need these steel scaffoldings for along the bottom, but you get 6 from this crafting. They're easy enough. Steel fronts, steel rods, so 2 steel ingots like that gets you 4 steel rods, so you need a few of those, and then these steel fences and steel across the top gets you enough for 2 of these really, and then you need the, where is it, that's the heavy engineering block, that's the one I was meaning, heavy engineering block on the top, and it's just steel mechanical components, copper and some steel, so you need 2 of those, and then electrum, pistons and steel, and again you get enough for 2. And then the conveyor belts are pretty easy as well, just a couple of iron, redstone and leather, and you get 8 of those. So you only need 2, you need 1 at each end, you need the piston in the middle, engineering block and the scaffolding, and that gets you that. So feed in ingots and out they come. There's a press in there, you can just see underneath I've put in the gear press. And you come over here, there's various different presses you can get for making rods or plates, and there you go, the gear. So all you need is a gear of pretty much any kind, and then steel plates or refined iron plates around it makes you that thing. You just right click it in, it takes it, and that's it. So what happens is you need 4 ingots, they go in, go through and then come out. This hopper here feeds into these item conduits and back up into the interface to feed back into the system. I could have had another interface or an import bus or something like that on that side, but I wanted to reduce the number of channels, and I think this kind of, the conduit makes it look pretty cool and still industrial. This thing up here though, we've got a peer-to-peer tunnel for RF. This thing needs power in through the top. There's a little orange dot on the top of here where the power goes in, so it's a little bit awkward bearing in mind how low our ceiling is, but I didn't want to run another cable over. The redstone cable is fairly expensive still for us. It's just a bit of a fiddle. We don't have it automated quite yet, and besides the fact we've already got this cable coming over, so why complicate matters more? So these peer-to-peer tunnels, let's have a look at the peer-to-peer tunnels. Basically you just make one kind. The basic kind of peer-to-peer tunnel is the ME one, and iron, engineering processor, and Fluix, be it pure or the normal Fluix, gets you these things. You need two at least to get started with, and they're very, very handy. They start off not connecting up to anything other than ME cables, and you need, I found that this energy conduit. So you place it down and then you whack the front face of it with one of these. Where's that gone? Ah, that's placed it. But yeah, if it wasn't connected, you can whack the front face of the peer-to-peer tunnel and it'll turn it into an RF peer-to-peer tunnel. Similarly with the other kinds, if you whack it with a cable, it'll turn it into an EU one. You know, if you were to use copper cable or something like that, it would turn it into an EU one. Item ones, I'm not altogether sure, never used those. Light ones, again, never used. Fluid ones, again, not used. I just use the ME ones and the RF ones. I would imagine redstone, you just hit it with a piece of redstone. Never used them. So you connect one up to the place where you're wanting to put the power. Obviously that you can see the connector on it, it's connected fine. And I've got its friend over here, like that. Now, you can have different channels is a bad term to use, bearing in mind that AE, but you can have the power going on different routes. You don't have to have all the RF connectors pulling from the same location or the power going to the same location, but we do. So you need to load the settings, and what you do is you shift right click with one of these things, one of these memory cards. They're pretty easy to make. They're one of the processors and some gold and redstone and iron, I think. The recipe hasn't changed in expert mode. So you shift right click on one of them and then you go over to the other one that you want to pair up. So peer-to-peer tunnel, and then you go like that. There we go, successfully loaded settings. You can see it's gone missing channel and then it goes back online again. So that's it loaded in the settings, and that's fine. It's all pulling power over. So we could actually do some more stuff over here with changing around how our RF system works, and I will be doing that a little bit later on. But now we have the ability to make all of the gears. If we go in here, oh there we go, there's your memory card. Calculation processor, iron, redstone, gold. Easy and peasy. Let's have a look and see. So we've got all of the gears now. Now if I take this Enderium gear and put it here, and I also want myself the intricate circuit board, one off please. And as we saw earlier on, we're now making those. And I want crushed obsidian, 2 of. Can you tell what we're making yet? We're going to be teaching the system how to make emerald. Can I make these things? I have taught the system that. Excellent. Oops, didn't mean to come out of that. Emerald chipset and a dense refined iron plate. There we go. That is all the bits that we need to be able to make one of the resonant machine frames. So like this, all these bits in here. Come on. See what I mean about it being a bit laggy? Didn't even take that one. Oh, and now it's going to put 2 in. Very annoying. Not altogether sure why. I don't have anything hugely complicated going on here, unless it's not liking something to do with how I've got the storage set up onto various storage buses, but I wouldn't have imagined that that's going to be a problem. Now, I'm going to set this onto this one. For no other reason than this takes a long time to do. Actually, I need to build one of these first, don't I? And most of our stuff's on here. Do I want to put it on the same one? No, I want to put it on this one because it does take a long time, and this one's got most of the power going to it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Right, and if we click on that, it'll start going. There we go. That's quite impressive when it's going, isn't it? Now, I was going to make all the things I needed to get this going at full speed, wasn't I? Let's go and see about making some lasers, because we need some diamantine things. How many do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 lasers, please. And I'm going to need a lot. I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't have obsidian. I've got no more obsidian left. I need to make a little trip to the end, I think, and grab some obsidian from there. Because if I try and do this, it's going to tell me laser. No, not that one. That one. Laser in there, please. So yeah, we need the obsidian there, and we need the diamantine electron tubes. Now we get 4, so we need 37, did I say? 37 divided by 2 is 19. I'm going to need 19 diamantine electron tubes. And we've got 5, so we only need 14 lots. That'll do. Look how nice and quick these are coming through. Excellent. Oh, these are so nice. I love having these do so nice and quickly. I've miscalculated again, haven't I? Yeah. Of course, it's not the number of crafting operations I'm doing. It's the number of actual ones it's going to create. So if I do that, there we go. Let me get some obsidian as well, and we'll be back in a moment. I've been over to the nether, and I've made some of the lasers. I miscounted a little bit, or rather I didn't miscount, I counted perfectly for once, but there was an extra little area that I hadn't seen that still required some of the lasers. Apologies for the sound of the rock crusher. Turn that off, it's not needed at the moment. There we go, that's fine, and that can turn off as well. Yeah, so the rock crusher now has obsidian to crush and to replenish the stock that it needs to keep up. So yeah, now this is fully done. All the lasers should be on because it's on the right hand side, this one, when it's making the just the normal redstone chipsets in that side. It does not have, it's a little bit too far away, but this is pretty good because I was only over in the end for what, maybe 5 minutes, so maybe certainly less than 10 minutes. It's going to be able to make one of these resonant machine frames, which is not going to be asked to do too often. So what I might do actually is just ask it to make, you know, half a dozen or so when I log off, and that way when I come back on they will all be ready. So we don't have the recipe in there yet, but as soon as this has made this one, then I will be able to tell it to make a bunch. And here we are. We've got the resonant machine frame. It literally just took a couple of moments after I last spoke to you to finish up that one. So we're in good shape to just go like that in there. Come on, and encode our pattern. Take it downstairs and put it in here. And I'm going to do that just to keep it all nice. Excellent. Let's go request ourselves a resonant machine frame. No, thank you. Come on. It's been right derpy. Resonant machine frame, please. There. One of, just for the moment. Start. Now, what's it making? That's still making a bunch of stuff from earlier on. So it's crafting an Enderium gear. Looks like it's already done by the time I ran over there. So it's crafting that now. Go down here. Is it not in here? It's got all the stuff. Why is it not actually doing? Because there's something missing. It's missing a crushed obsidian. Why is it missing a crushed obsidian? Pretty sure I told it to in this. No, that is wrong. Let's get that sorted out straight away, and I'll need to take all this stuff out of here, otherwise it's going to mess up. Okay. That's annoying. I hadn't noticed that that had derped up. Yeah, definitely. Should have two in there. There we go. And write that. Come on. There we go. 2 crushed obsidian now. Put that stuff back in there. Back down here. And put that in there. Back up and request that again. Now obviously it's made the Enderium gear, so it won't need to do that this time. Resonant machine frame, please. One of, ordered. Oh, no. No. In my excitement. There we go. Perfect. And now, down here, we should see everything kick into life. Of course, I cancelled this. There. Perfect. That's it running. And these will go blue in just a moment. There we go. Excellent. I am a happy bunny. Excellent. Alright then, folks. So we are pretty much automated up. We've got gears done, we've got chipsets done, we've got plates done. I've done a bunch of other stuff that you didn't see, which is just a load of recipes done, like carbon fiber plates, and all that sort of stuff. So we are pretty much golden now for getting anything we want auto-crafted. Yeah. So let's see how far we can get next time. I'll think up something cool to do, and I'll show you guys how to do it. But until the next time, bye-bye and have a funs.